I noticed that it's very hard to swat a fly.
Oh,
They move so fast.
Well, I have it kind of down to a science.
I have a theory, too. What is yours?
In many ways, it's like sex. You come down the back from behind the eyesight, doesn't go all the way back to the back.
Okay.
So that's how I come in for the swat.
My theory is, if you're just sitting there and one lands on your leg or something like that.
You ain't going to win.
You don't move. No,
Right.
I have a way to do it. I slowly will bring my hand into position, and then I will wait, and I will watch the fly. And once the fly starts doing that thing with its front two little hands, if it starts rubbing them together, because at first it'll notice your hand and it'll stop.
That's when it gets all greedy.
Freeze and won't move.
Yeah.
And then when it starts going about its business, it is now not necessarily paying attention to your hand anymore, and then bam, nail them. I'm a fly hater, and I actually keep a scoreboard at my house for dead flies.
That's cool.
Everybody's name is on there.
I notice there's a fly hater too.
And if you get them, you get a hash mark for everyone that you get.
He actually keeps score.
I should have done a prize at the end of the summer, but I never got around to doing that. But anyhow, so here's the deal. This question, why do they move so fast, flies, was put to the BBC World Service crowd science team. And the answer is that, compared to us, basically, they see things that they see things essentially what we see in slow motion. So they see the world moving.
This guy's wearing a bucket hat.
Much slower. The speed of time differs depending on your species. This happens because animals see the world around them like a continuous video, but in reality, they piece together images sent from the eyes to the brain in distinct flashes a set number of times per second. And I'll explain that. So humans average 60 flashes per second and flies 250. The speed at which those images are produced by the brain is called the flicker fusion rate.
Flicker fusion rate.
Yes.
Flicker.
And it's weird how they were able to determine this. So, in general, the smaller the species...
Did they capture a fly and interrogate him?
The faster its critical flicker... They put a light in front of him.
Please, I don't know. I'm so thirsty.
He starts smacking him around.
No. Oh, no, please. Come on. I'm just a fly.
In general... the smaller the species, the faster its critical flicker fusion rate is, and flies in particular.
Critical flicker fusion rate.
Yeah, so Professor Roger Hardy from the University of Cambridge investigates how flies' eyes work and has
It's actually very interesting when you stop and consider it.
And has an experiment to determine their flicker fusion rate. So it's simply how fast a light has to be turning on and off, that's the flicker,
right,
before it's perceived or seen as just a continuous light. So like a flashing strobe light, okay?
Right, so even
you can tell when it's going off and on, but at some point you can't, even though it is going off and on.
Right.
So what they did is they insert tiny glass electrodes into the living light-sensitive cells of their eyes.
Of a fly's eyes.
Photoreceptors.
How do they do that?
Before flashing LED lights at faster and faster speeds. Each flash of the LED produces a tiny electrical
I
current.
assume ladybugs come in nurse outfits.
In the photoreceptor.
That'd be hot.
Hey, up here, buddy. Up here. Here's where the 10,000 eyes are.
Each flash of the LED produces a tiny electrical current into the photoreceptors that a computer can graph onto a screen. Tests reveal the fastest fly record distinct responses to flickering up to 400 times per second. Yeah, but I'm amazed at modern science and the fact that they can actually take something that tiny like that and actually...
How do they get them to sit still to put those things in their eyes?
The chair is very comfortable.
Yeah, it's comfortable. They get a little foot
This
masseuse.
is good. What is this? Oh, my God. Look at this. The feet come up.
And they have them relax. Somebody said that's why electricity cycles at 60 hertz per second, or HZ. Is that hertz per second?
It just hurts.
Oh, 60 hertz?
It hurts.
God, would you stop it already?
We're morons.
All right.